Hey everyone, it's Lisa and today is Monday, and I thought I would start this week off by sharing with you some things I've had done lately as far as Botox and filler. I've had a few people, not as many as I thought, which is good. I've had a few people notice that I've had a few things done, and I was kind of waiting until I got to a point that I wanted to be before I shared it with you, and I think I'm to that point. The bad thing is I think I still probably have a little bit of swelling, and but that's okay. I think, you know, it'll be okay. I don't know if you guys would be able to tell anyway. I can tell, but so I've had people ask me, you know, that I look different. What have I had done? I've even had people ask me about my eyebrows and, you know, have I done anything different with my eyebrows? And so I'm going to go into that. And then I would like to do two other videos. I would like to do a separate one for Botox and a separate one for filler. And I would like to get into things that I have done that I have not liked. And, you know, it's kind of like when you're working with your face, and especially with Botox, you're going to have that movement. So it's kind of like whack-a-mole. You know, you might stop this place, but then it might have an adverse effect and you might move weird in another place. And I've had several things like that happen, and I would love to be able to share those with you to keep you from getting that done. And same thing with filler. I've had some things done that I hated. I had one thing done one time and I didn't even realize that you could dissolve filler. The second thing I had done that I hated, I did get it dissolved. So I'm going to share those in a different video. Today I'm just going to tell you about I've had filler done in 3 different areas, and I've had it done, I just looked it up on my phone because the girl that does mine, we text back and forth, and she always checks with me the next day, and I always send her follow-up pictures so she can see how things are doing. And I started this round of little, you know, touch-ups back in November. The first time, I think, was November 21st is the first time I had anything done. So what I was trying to address is of course, volume loss in my face. I had the jawline that was disappearing and getting real. I don't have like a lot of fat or double chin yet. It just was mostly right in here that was bothering me. And then just the loss of volume like all around in here. And so I brought those concerns up to her. And this is something that I would really stress too, is it's just the most important thing that is going to happen is who you go to. I have been going to this particular med spa for longer, like probably 12 years, longer than I've been on YouTube, which is 10 years now. And I trust them, but even within this practice, I have had some things done that I didn't like. And it has taken me a long time to find this girl. She's a PA, she's a physician's assistant. She also, you know, works at a hospital part-time or in urgent care. She's very with it, smart. She's 41, and she used to work at a plastic surgeon's office. And she's just very, very passionate. She likes it. She's into it. She goes to continuing education. She listens to podcasts. Whenever I ask her about anything, she will get on her iPad and just show me tons of before and after pictures. She always takes before and after pictures of me so that my experience can help someone else. And I feel like I have just hit the jackpot with her. And she's the same person that did my lips last time I had them done, which was, I'll put it right up here. It was probably, I don't know, was it a year ago or 8 months ago, or it was probably almost a year ago. And so I just really, really trust her. And there have been several things I have gone in and just asked her about, and she'll say, no, you know, you don't need that. Your face is like this. You're already this, so you don't want to do this, you know. And then I've gone to other people where I would go in and I would ask them for something, and they were like, okay. You know, just like you're at McDonald's or something, you know. You need to tell them what you're thinking about. You need to show them pictures. You need to tell them what you're unhappy with about your face, and not necessarily just go in and say, I want this. just ask them, tell them what your concerns are, and ask them what can be done about it, and then go from there. And the biggest thing is, and this is the hardest thing for me, is you can't be in a big hurry, because, you know, I think a lot of weird things happen when people get a lot of stuff done at one time, or a lot of product done at one time. So you have to kind of be patient and just go a little bit by a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie, it's expensive. And so, you know, it's just one of those things. It's just a decision that each of us makes. And, you know, I think it might be, you know, I probably notice things a lot more because I'm watching myself on YouTube. I'm editing my own videos. I'm watching myself talk. I'm watching myself turn to the sides. You know, I see it. And, you know, of course, I've talked to her about the, not Kybella, but what's the other one? There's all kinds of like neck tightening things. And she has shown me before and after pictures, and I'm like, and you know, everybody will act like it's such a big difference. And to me, it's just not that big of a difference. So I even thought about going and getting like a minor lower facelift, but I'm just not at that point. Everyone I've spoke to says I'm just not at that point. So this is what I have done to address the issue of volume loss in my face and my jawline. Okay, the first thing that I've had done that I think makes the biggest difference, it's the best filler I've ever had, and it's going to be very, some people don't need it, some people do, and it's something that you may not have ever thought about. I think the first time I ever even saw this being done or ever thought about it was years ago when Taylor was on Housewives of Beverly Hills. She had filler done in her temples. So I'll put my hair back so you can see. You guys know I've always talked about this bone that goes right down here. When I'm doing my eyeshadow, when I was doing my eyeliner, when I'm doing my eyebrows, I always felt like I almost had to turn a corner with that harsh bone right there. And I just, you know, I had asked people a long time ago, you know, years ago, could I have anything done? And they were like, oh, no, we don't do that. Oh, no, we don't do that. And they just acted like it was very, very taboo and just very dangerous. And so I thought, goodness, okay, well, maybe you can only have that done in Beverly Hills or something, you know? So I mentioned that to her when I first started going to her. You know, I said, I just don't like this. I don't like this. I feel like, you know, my face looks like a skeleton. And so I asked her, I said, you know, have you ever done filler right here? She said, yeah, we can do that. I mean, she acted like it was just, you know, no problem. So I have had some filler, Restylane Lift, that is what I have used all over, put in my temples. And now that I'm showing you, you can probably tell a difference. I will try to put some before pictures in up here. The difference is amazing. And even if no one noticed it, how it has made me feel has been worth every penny. I feel like it is, I mean, even when I wash my face, the way it feels is just wonderful. And if you'll notice, now my entire eyebrow shows, where before my eyebrows kind of went around and turned a corner. When I do my makeup, I can like pull the color out and it doesn't have to go against that harsh bone. I mean, before it would almost look like a dark spot right there where it hit the bone and then would go around. And so I have had some filler done there. I've had it done 2 separate times, 6 weeks apart. And I just had my second one done last Thursday. Yeah, I had one done Thursday and I had to leave because I had to go get Will. So I had to go back Friday and get this one done. Both of them for the second time. The first time that she did it, she went in kind of right on the side, but she went right in on the sides and then kind of tilted the needle up to kind of spread it out. And that ended up bruising pretty bad. It left a bruise here and it made this side, that vein that runs along our eye right there, it made that vein very, very angry. So the next time she did it up here, and then the filler kind of goes down into that cavity and then they kind of mold it where they want it to go. And so that is, I think, one of the main things that you guys have noticed. It has given me a totally, I think, softer look. I was looking it up on YouTube to see if anyone else had even done it. And there was a few doctors out there that were talking about it. And one guy said the exact perfect description. it takes away the peanut look. Because before I felt like I didn't even want to wear my hair back or wear it up because I felt like my head kind of went like this, like a skeleton. And does anybody watch Billy and Mandy? I don't know what is that. I can't remember what the cartoon is, but I always reminded myself of that, you know, skeleton guy on there because my head just went so caved in so much right there. I hated it. And so that has been a big deal for me. And I'm very happy to be able to share it with you because now I notice it so much. When I see someone, I just think, oh gosh, they would just love that so much. And then I see other people that, you know, will probably never need it because their face just isn't as angular and as bony as mine is. So that is number one that you've probably noticed. Number two, I had a big kind of like line going down here where I was losing volume, and I wanted to get a little bit done about it, but I did not want my cheeks filled. You know what I mean? I didn't want that really plump cheek filled look because what that will do, and I will get into these things a little bit more in the next week or two of things not to do, but if you get too much filler put in your cheeks, it is going to raise your cheeks and it's going to give you dark circles underneath your eyes. You don't want that. And you just don't want that real puffy look anyway. So I had a minimal amount done. I mean, you can still see where I have some volume loss right there, but a minimal amount done right here. And then this was probably about, I would say, it was a couple of times ago. So it was probably 12 weeks ago. And so after everything settled, I told her that I felt like, what did I say? I felt like this cheek was bigger than this cheek. And she said, no, actually, this cheek is bigger. I can't remember how it was, but what it was is this cheek, we had less volume right here. So you noticed this cheekbone more. And so last time she did put a teeny tiny little bit like right in here to kind of, you know, make my face a little bit more even. So that's all I've had done to my cheeks. I have not had any done to my cheekbones. I already have prominent cheekbones, and that I will go into a mistake I have made with that before in my filler mistake video. Things that mistakes I don't want you to make that I have made. Okay, the next thing that you have probably noticed is my jawline. I started noticing my jawline fading away probably about a year and a half ago. And it's, you know, doesn't take long for it to just start melting away. And so then I noticed how much I loved like the look of Kim Kardashian, Dorit, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. A lot of people, I loved their jawline. So I took those pictures into her and I told her what I didn't like about mine, what I loved about theirs. And we went over what I could do for my face shape. Now I had seen several people, I think I saw Pixie Woo and a couple of other people do some, you know, jawline filler videos, and they had some filler done in their chin. And I mentioned that to her and she said, well, we won't want to do that with you because you already have a prominent chin. I have a very prominent chin. So I was like, you're right, I do. I don't want any more, but I just didn't know, that if that was a thing to do or not. And she said, no, with you, what we're going to want to do, because my face was oblong, we wanted to, if we're going to put any volume in, we want to put volume more back here. And I'll put I didn't do a lot of harsh jawline contour today because I wanted you guys to be able to see. So the first thing we did was put some filler right back here. You want to put it real far back, like kind of near your ears. We put it in these two spots. Okay, and then 6 weeks later, we put a little bit in right here and then right here. And they go very deep and they lay it on the bone. So it's through the muscle on the bone. So you won't have like that rippled effect because they're gonna kind of mold it out once they put it in there, and it's gonna be underneath your muscle. And it kind of like with breast implants, if you go underneath the muscle, you don't have as much of that showing. If you go above the muscle, you're gonna see more of that implant. And so that's how it is. So they go real deep and they lay it on the bone, and it doesn't go up under here. It goes like right here, like this way on the bone. And so we did a few of those spots. And then this last time I went, which was last Thursday, we kind of looked and, okay, let me back up a little bit. Along with putting the filler on the jawline is Botox. And if you're like me, you thought, how can Botox help my jawline? And I'm gonna put a little diagram up here of this face. And I want you to look at the muscle number 16. That is the muscle that goes right here and causes this. And when you age, this muscle starts pulling down. Not only does that give you this, it gives you this, and it pulls the corner of your mouth down, and it gives you that fold. It just causes all kinds of things. So what they do is she gets you to go E, and then she takes that muscle and injects it with Botox, and that snaps everything back up. It is amazing. It makes this look so much better. It makes the corners of your mouth look better. It makes your neck look better. It just is wonderful. I mean, it is just probably the best thing. I would say do that first. That is going to be the easiest thing to do. That is going to be the most cost-effective thing to do. The thing is, you have to have it done about every 6 weeks or so, because you use your mouth so much, it's going to wear off easier. If you've ever had, this will go along with my what not to do in Botox, if you've ever had above your lip done or around your mouth, you'll know that the Botox just wears off so quick. So I will have to have that touched up. And the first time I ever had that done, she just did a very little bit, and I was a little bit sketched out. It was actually before that really bothered me that bad. And I couldn't tell, but she said I probably didn't do enough. And then it wore off so fast, you know, I just didn't think it was a thing. But it's a very, very important, she showed me all her before and afters, very, very important, you know, part of the whole. I wouldn't get the filler without doing that first, because that's going to show you what you can do with just that, you know, and then you can go in with any filler that you want and achieve more of the look you want. Now I could go in with, I mean, when you see like some of that famous doctor in LA, matter of fact, the MMNL, Michelle and Laura did a video about where they went over there, and the doctors were telling them that too many people focus on Botox and filler, you know, up in this region of their face, when really our age shows right here. That's where most of the, you know, aging process shows, and that's really what we should be paying more attention to. And I totally agree. I mean, I agree. I have done it all, and I'm here to help you not make the mistakes that I have and tell you what works the best. And that is just a very important thing to do. And then what I was going to say is, if you really want, you know, to chisel your jawline or to change your jawline, you could get much more than I have and get a much better effect. I'm trying to do kind of a softening. I'm not trying to look, you know, I'm not obsessed with looking younger. I just want to look good. I want to look vibrant. I don't want to look haggard. I don't want to look, you know, I'm just trying not to look old and pitiful. You know what I mean? So that is, you know, was my concern, is I just wanted to look not, you know, drawn down all the time. And so that is what I've had done. And that is, you know, I think that's what you guys have noticed. If I had to guess what you've probably noticed the most, it would be the temples. That's what I think that's the best thing I've ever had done. And I think it just softens my whole look. I think having a little bit down here or back here has really helped, you know, widen my face a little bit and keep it from looking quite as long. And I mean, I just think every little bit helps. And I think that's a very important part of what I've done, is I've done little bit by little bit by little bit. You do a little bit, you let it settle, you let the swelling go down, and then you see how it looks. And so I think I'm pretty much at a place right now that I'm settled. You know, I could go in and have a bunch more done, but I don't want to look, you know, I don't want to look like not me. I just wanted to kind of tweak it a little bit. So I hope that that has helped, you know, a little bit. If you were interested in these things, like I say, I'm always open with you. I mean, at this point, why would I, you know, I wouldn't hide anything at this point. You guys know I'm not afraid of this. I'm not ashamed of it. It's not for everyone. It's, you know, it's just one of those things. So, but I'm here to help you and share with you the good and the bad, the ugly, and hopefully help you if you are interested in it. Today, I really don't have on an outfit to share with you that much. I have on one of these shirts that I love. It's the Trouvé, kind of like a layering tee. And then I have on my yoga pants and my flip-flops. And I think I'm just going to have kind of an easy, I'm going to work today on my YouTube channel a little bit, and then it'll be time to get Will and time to go to the grocery store and all that kind of good stuff. So, and my nails are OPI Lincoln Park After Dark. My jewelry is the Dean Davidson pieces that I shared with you yesterday in that video. And I think that's it. So if you're interested in these videos, please subscribe and ring the bell. I'm going to be doing, like I said, do's and don'ts for Botox, do's and don'ts for filler. And I would like to do some more videos on different things like that, different things I've learned, like with techniques with makeup. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe, and I will be back. See you then. Bye-bye.